the TeamClearCoat Podcast. We're two friends finally doing something about our obsession with cars.
We're probably not doing it well, but it should be fun, and we might actually learn something along the way. I'm Dave.
And I'm Ian, and this is our show.
Hello, Dave.
Hello, Ian.
It has been a day. It has been a week.
Yeah, you've had some stuff going on.
It's Tuesday, Lemon. Welcome, everyone, to Team Clearcoat, the Ostensible Car Show. That's Dave.
Hi.
I'm Ian.
That's
and
Ian.
We did a thing.
We did a thing.
We did a thing. Let's tell them about the thing.
Okay.
Get the thing on the thing.
Okay. All right, Ian.
Yes.
You know what we did?
A thing. I already said that.
Subaru gave us a BRZ TS for a while.
Foolishly, they lent us a car.
Yeah. And we made a video about it.
We did. This is podcasting about videoing.
Right. But today we launched the first in our video series that we are going to make, right? This is going to be more successful than the Team Clearcoat Book Club.
Or any other number of things which only had one installment.
Exactly. But we're doing a video series called Just One Thing. And so the BRZ TS, specifically the TS, is the first installment of our Just One Thing video series.
Right. Yeah, so the idea with this is that, kind of reviewing cars online especially is, it's a very crowded,
fraught,
and time-consuming.
Yes, yeah.
Space, and so it's hard to find your place in it and whatever. And so we found ourselves like when we have an argument about cars, the counter argument, because the way it goes is usually we're having a dialogue, right?
Right.
And then one of us will be like, yeah, but there's that one thing.
And then the other person's like, oh yeah, that one thing.
Right.
Right.
Or like how
I also enjoy the thing.
Or like my weird thing about how like shitty wiper blades will ruin a whole car for me.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or it could be one thing that you're like, oh man, that's it. That makes it.
Right.
So that's the idea behind the series. And I think this was a good first one.
Yes, I think this was a good opening salvo.
Yeah. We've got a couple others we're working on.
Yep.
And hopefully they won't take as long as this one does.
No, I have my editing chops down.
Yeah, you knocked it out of the park with this one.
I cut my teeth on our best of shows. I taught myself Adobe Premiere. Nice. And, I tricked Adobe into thinking I'm a student. And so now I have...
Well, don't say that out loud.
I am a student.
Of
life.
What? Of life? Okay. I think that counts.
Yeah, exactly.
It should count.
Yeah. Hey.
Anyway, so that is on our on the tubes of you.
Yep, absolutely.
At this moment, so go check that out. And we've also put it everywhere else that we have a thing.
If you're watching this right now, you've probably already seen us yell about it.
Probably.
Yeah. Yeah. So go watch it.
Yeah,
please.
Just do the thing.
Please.
All right, so there's that out of the way. I like how we don't even like plugging our own stuff.
Ian,
yes,
I thoroughly enjoyed making this video with you.
I also had a lot of fun.
This was fun. I'm looking forward to us growing this series.
Yes.
I think you and our energy is heading in the right direction in this. And
I agree.
I think it plays to our talents.
Yeah, such as they are.
Such as they are. And there we go. Yeah, so...
I will say, I do want to say one other thing.
Yeah.
I'm very glad that you, and I think I've said this to you before, I'm very glad that you are the one doing the editing, because even like watching the cuts that you bring me, that you send to me to like, and I do, give you feedback or whatever.
Right.
My rough cuts. Hate watching myself.
You do.
It's terrible. I don't know how you do it.
A switch has been flipped inside of me that I don't even seem like myself on camera or audio anymore.
Oh, okay.
It comes from, doing the post-production on the podcast.
Right.
My voice no longer bothers me.
Oh, wow.
I've heard it enough that it's just another voice like everyone else's voice.
Weird.
That's the jarring thing is that, like, when you finally hear your voice played back to you, it sounds so different.
Yeah.
Right? I've heard it enough that it's not different anymore.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't listen to this show, so it still bothers me.
Exactly. And it should.
Oh, wait, what?
And also, I have accepted who I am physically, so I don't mind seeing myself on camera. Yeah.
So what is that like?
Well, I mean, I have a very crooked nose. I'm all crazy ginger, and I love it. So love who you are.
Okay.
Embrace it. And it's going to be okay, Ian.
I'm taking notes. Hold on. Love who you are. Interesting. Right.
It's either accept yourself or just be super effing narcissistic and be like, well, yeah, look at me. Like all the shots like cut over to me.
Like it's like the what's that called when they put a movie on TV and have to adjust the aspect ratio?
Yeah.
They pan and zoom.
Yes. Yeah, like there's just really bad lighting on your side of the car. I just forget to turn the dome light on your side.
This looks much better.
No, Ian, this is going to be great. Yeah.
All right. Well, anyway, so there's the thing that we did on the thing, and you should go check it out.
You absolutely should. Obviously, something about this car that you and I latched onto is it being the Subaru BRZ TS. The wing is different than stock, right?
Right.
So this takes me to an FMK Cars.
Oh, you even says Dave FMK Cars right there in front of me, and I was still surprised by the FMK Cars. Wow.
FMK Cars is a game that
I'll do it. I'm sorry. Oh God. That's our thing.
That's okay. You're ramping up on caffeine.
I'll do it. I'm ready.
We'll do it live.
You go back to cut it. Cut this. We'll cut this part out later of our live broadcast.
Exactly.
FMK Cars is a game that Dave and I play on the show. It's based on the classic game of Fuck, Marry, Kill, but instead of people, we play it with cars because we're nice. F means you drive it for a day. M means it's your new daily driver. You're marrying it. K means you kill it. It's going to the crusher.
Exactly.
Proceed from this flawless intro.
How could I not? Ian?
I mean, it was beautiful.
Okay, Ian.
Yes.
Here's the title of this FMK Cars.
Okay.
Big Wing. The catch is that you live in present day, but you have to maintain this car with only the resources that were available to you during that era. For example, the first car, a 1970 Plymouth Superbird, you can only use 1970s resources to repair the car. If you want to get to a swap meet to find parts to fix your Superbird, you can't look up the swap meet at date and location online. You have to talk to a guy. You get it. You're smart, and you're pretty.
That was one car.
That was the title.
Oh, that's the title. So is the Superbird in this?
Yes, it absolutely is.
All right.
Yeah, so, okay.
So that's the first one?
Yes, so a 1970 Plymouth Superbird.
I think I might know the theme of these.
Yeah.
I think I might just have
You might have an inkling?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So you can only fix it with 1970s resources.
Okay.
So you live in present day.
Right.
All right? But when it comes to fixing your car, that's the only thing.
And that also would include like even just little things like I can't have like an LED light. I've got to have like a big, like
Edison bulb,
40 amp light bulb.
Yeah. Okay. You have to murder a dinosaur, smelt it down into a light bulb.
Okay. All right. Interesting. That's an interesting catch. All right. I like that.
All right.
Because that's a super cool car.
Yeah, it's an amazing car. Okay. My dad had a 68 Roadrunner.
Really?
That was his car.
And obviously he didn't keep it because you're not retired.
Yeah, exactly, right? Yeah. No, it was great. It had the 6-pack. It was a really cool. When we did the tribute to my dad, that was the picture that we used, like him.
Oh, right, yeah.
That was the Roadrunner. Yeah, okay. So second car, Toyota Supra.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to give you the Mark IV that ended in 2002.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to give you in stock form.
Yeah.
All right. So you have 2002 era technology to fix this car. So you have AOL, but you don't have Wi-Fi.
Yeah. So no Wi-Fi.
Right.
But like nascent forums and that sort of stuff.
Right. Like some dude's GeoCity page that probably has his anime library on it.
Yeah.
And his adventures with his Supra.
Yeah. There was already forums by that point, right?
Yeah, there were definitely forums in 2002.
Like forums as we know them today.
Like Something Awful was definitely around.
Right,
yeah,
okay.
Stuff like that. Yeah. Yeah, right?
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
All right. Interesting.
And then lastly, I'm going to give you the Subaru BRZ TS.
Okay.
Yeah.
So modern.
What? Why am I looking for a picture? I have a beautiful picture right
that
there.
we actually own.
That we own. Yeah. Yeah. One of ours. Yeah.
Who would have?
Yeah. So what do you think you do? Would you want to talk to a guy? You'd have to find some guy, some lady to talk to about how to fix your Plymouth.
Right.
I mean, imagine trying to perform that task 20 years from now. Right? It's already hard enough.
All right.
Right? Yeah.
I think the answer here is a foolish one, but I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to crush the BRZ.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Practicality, is not my strong suit.
It is not.
So, true to form, I'm staying on brand.
I want you to remember that you said that sentence.
Oh yeah, that's it. That definitely is going to come back to bite me this episode, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Shit.
Practicality is not my strong suit.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I think this is not news to anyone who's ever heard this show,
right,
or met me,
right,
or walked past my house and noticed the large puddle of oil in the driveway,
and street.
Well, how do you think they found my house?
True.
Just followed the trail.
Yeah.
I am going to marry the Supra.
Okay. All right.
Because I feel like, honestly, a lot of that information sharing hasn't really progressed much past the forum format.
Right.
I think there would be a lot of years of that I would be missing out on.
Right.
Of people keeping these cars going.
Yeah.
Obviously, but I think I'm okay with that.
Okay. I think the forums that I have to visit for M45 repair are still from 2002. Like they're so kludgy and so poorly maintained, and there's
the Saab forums are the same way. They're all kind of the same way. I guess the Saab forums are all pretty good as far as being maintained.
Yeah, and the quantity of people seeking out that information. Not so many people are looking up the M45 stuff. So yeah. But anyway,
absolutely.
Yeah.
And then for a day I will deal with the Plymouth Superbird.
Okay.
And having to
figure out a carburetor at this altitude.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Because that would be the crux, right? Yeah.
Well, and everything else that would eventually break on that car.
True.
But I think there's enough like old school Hemi people around.
Right.
Like you're not going to be stranded, and also they're not that complicated.
Right. Exactly. I think that the tribal knowledge quantity versus quantity of moving parts.
Right.
That the quantity, all of those stats are working in your favor.
I think the most difficult combination would be something from like the early to mid 90s.
Absolutely.
Where the internet hasn't quite booted up.
Right.
But the complexity.
You're still on Prodigy or something.
Well, and the complexity of the cars has really been a sea change since even in that 10-year period.
Yeah. OBD1 era cars.
Right.
Yeah. That would be the most difficult. I think
you're right.
Right? Yeah.
So you got to find an OBD1 reader.
Yeah, right? Yeah. Yeah.
That's a good one, though. So what would you do?
I think I would probably marry the Supra as well and F the Plymouth. That would be the driving that for a day.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love the Supra. I've never driven one. This is a JDM one. I've never driven a Supra. I've driven the generation before this, and I really liked it.
Oh, you have?
Yeah.
I've never driven a Supra at all.
Oh,
never
really?
Driven any Supra.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah.
I've always loved them, though.
I had a couple friends just out of high school that kept trying to one-up each other with cars, and one of them was a rotary guy. The other one just bought anything. And so, a buddy of mine had a 10th anniversary RX-7, the 1988 or 7. Mm-hmm. But yeah, the turboed rotary, second generation. And then the other guy bought this generation Supra before this, and it wasn't as fast as the RX-7, so he went and got an FD RX-7 to one up the 10th anniversry. And
that's crazy.
So anyway, crazy.
I like that one though. That was good.
Thanks, man.
I like that catch.
Thanks, man.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's it. I don't think we have anything else on the talkabouts list of interest, really.
Really, Ian?
Yeah, I don't think there was anything else.
Nothing else for us to talk about? Nothing that you like hounded me to talk about?
Well, now I'm nervous about it. Now I've been stewing about it for a week or whatever.
I figured like having to have you wait for me to talk about your TurboX would kill you.
Yes. So I'll introduce this so then you can just jump right in. So before Christmas, when I had to fly to Michigan for reasons, I'm sure. Mr. Dave, as he is known in our household, was very nice and agreed to drive us to the airport. And the way we figured out that it would be the easiest to do that was for him to drive us all in the family car. In the TurboX.
You're correct, because my old man sedan, my M45, like me, also rejects the notion of children. Go on.
It's very true. I once tried to put a car seat in the back of Dave's Infinity and nearly broke myself and everything else.
Yeah.
Because it was very difficult.
I'm just looking for some Instagrams of the TurboX.
Oh, yeah. You're showing the people.
Yeah.
Too.
Yep.
I think there's one on my Instagram.
Okay.
But anyway, he has not told me. He just keeps telling me cryptically, oh, we're going to talk about this car. We're going to talk about it.
Well,
for anyone who doesn't know, it's a 2008 Saab TurboX Sport Combi, which is Swedish for wagon.
Yes. As soon as I picked you up, you like as soon as we got in the car, after we like grabbed all the stuff from the baggage claim and all of that stuff, you instantly asked, "So, what'd you think?"
Right.
Yeah. What'd you think? Like
when you picked me up from the airport. Yeah. On the way home. Yeah.
Yeah. You wanted to know instantly.
Yes.
Yeah.
And now the longer that I've gone without you telling me, the less I want to know.
Right.
Because I feel like the news is bad the longer we go.
Okay. All right.
And so now I just want to put it off. Because that's what you're supposed to do with bad news, right?
Yeah, that's exactly it. Yeah, so we'll show some car and driver images because I can't seem to find yours on our Instagram. But
yeah, that's not dirt from a Rogers driving.
No,
that's actually some fluid catching on fire in real time.
That's an oil pan seal that's gone.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about your TurboX, Ian. Okay. So, all right. So, hang on. I have a specific page in my OneNote document for this. It's called TurboX Thoughts X.
Okay.
All right. First off, I think everyone... Well, a lot of people will agree that is a good-looking car.
Yes.
It is a straight-up, stone-cold stunner of a car, right?
Yeah.
You've got, like, the badass taillights from a CTSV wagon. You've got, like, the modern front end on a Saab, which has grown on me quite a bit.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
It's a good-looking car.
Yeah.
From about 100 feet away.
Well, is that mine or all of them?
Well, all of them now, right?
Right.
Yeah. I mean, we're talking present day, Ian.
Well, mine is probably one of the like most lackadaisically maintained ones.
No, it's not.
Around.
No, it's not, Ian. Who gets an email every time a Saab hits Craigslist?
Yeah, that's true.
I've seen a lot of Turbo X's, Ian.
Yeah.
I've seen them all, right? So, okay. So, I'll give you that, like you prioritize maintenance as far as like keeping it running versus replacing a fallen grill emblem.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Okay. Yes. So it's a good looking car. Mm-hmm. You cannot deny that.
Yeah.
But obviously, as you get closer to it, the issues start to increase, right? Mm-hmm. The visible issues. I feel like that movement actually peaks with driving the car. That I liked it least when I drove it.
Right. Yeah. It goes back to that whole, like, the idea of it versus the reality of it.
Absolutely.
Because I even find myself after driving it.
Uh-huh.
And I'm, like, on edge, like, checking extra gauges that I have going through the Bluetooth OBD thing and everything else. And then I get out of the car and I think, man, I love that car.
Right.
But then when I'm in it, I'm like, this fucking car.
Right. No, you're exactly right. You're exactly right. So,
it's the exact opposite of my Volkswagen, because
Yes.
I'll be sitting there thinking like, man, it's really time for me to like graduate to a faster car. Or,
right. I think I'm done with this.
Right. And then I get
and then
in
you
it.
drive it, you hear the exhaust.
Yeah, I can't stay mad at you.
Right,
stay
exactly.
mad at you.
It hits you with those basset hound eyes, and
Yeah.
you're like, "Whoa, okay, it's okay that you peed on the rug."
Exactly.
Right? Yeah. Okay. So, we haven't talked about it on the show, but Alanis King with Jalopnik wrote a fascinating article about going to a race in China.
Oh yeah.
Right?
I read that.
Bonkers article. I read it as well. Right? Holy crap! Go read that article.
Yes.
Okay. Alanis King, race in China. She got invited to do a race in China, and then it got weird.
Yeah.
Like it got dangerous and weird. So, but in her article, she talked about a concept, an attitude in Chinese culture called chabaduo.
Uh-huh.
All right. It's basically described as cutting corners or getting something only 70% done instead of 100. Or, as we'd say in America, this is quoting Alanis, good enough for government work. It stems from a part of the DIY ethos predominant among people who, until fairly recently, often didn't have that much to work with.
Right.
Okay? So it's more about appearance than dotting the I's and crossing the T's. Right? And I feel like the TurboX is a solid example of that.
Yes.
Right?
Absolutely.
I feel like you cannot see that attitude and not think about the TurboX.
Yeah.
Right? So there's things like, the squeaks in the interior, right? Because it is well laid out, right? But the interior's squeaky, the suspension is crashy, it's too firm.
Right.
There's more wind noise than you would think there would be.
Yep.
Some stuff like that. And I think that's the missing 30% of the car. Right?
Yeah.
Right? That said, like, if I had to pick one thing about the car, right, besides, I think that there are a couple things to pick from that car, but one thing that I do like about that car is the V6 and turbo.
Yes, the engine is fantastic.
The engine and turbo combo is fantastic, even despite the automatic transmission.
Right,
so
it's horrendous.
It is horrendous, right? So there's the 30% again, right? So, and it's at its worst when you're in slow-ish highway speeds.
Yes.
Like 40 to 65 is a nightmare in that car because it's hunting between, like, anytime you need to accelerate, it's already in fifth and it takes forever to step down, right?
Yeah.
So I just kept it in manual mode all the time.
Yep.
All the time.
That's the best way to drive it, except that it then
you forget.
Well, not that, but it's that the downshifts are like really rough.
Yeah.
I find.
Yeah.
And putting in sport mode only makes it way worse.
Right.
So what I usually end up doing is I leave it in manual mode and don't downshift.
Right. Exactly. That's what I did.
Unless you're downshifting under acceleration.
Right.
So like downshifting with a little bit of gas.
Right.
Maybe like even like a quarter throttle.
Right.
Downshifts. Rather, if you downshift under braking, it's like.
Oh, okay. I didn't try that.
It's really rough.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just let the car do all the downshifting, and I did the upshifting myself.
Okay, yeah.
Right?
That's the best way to do it, especially like around town and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. And so I think that removed some of the frustration, right? That kind of got me to 80% on the car, right? So that the engine and turbo, you can't stay mad at a 2.8 V6 and a turbo on top of that, right? Like, come on. Yeah, and it's not exactly a small turbo either,
No, yeah, and it takes a while. Like the way it delivers power is really kind of hilarious.
Yeah,
for
it is.
a big family car.
It is. Yeah. I would assume you and Jenny enjoyed dusting people in that car. You can shut the door on anybody on the highway.
Yeah, Jenny's not like what I would call a driving enthusiast by any means.
Right.
But whenever I bring up the idea of getting rid of that car, and the fastest car that she owned up until this point was probably like a 98 Chevy Cavalier. So it's not like she had experience with performance cars.
Right.
And
the Cavalier owners forum is like, no, fuck these guys. Yeah.
And so like but every time I bring up selling it, the first thing she talks about is like how much fun it is to like, get around Mustangs and stuff.
Right.
Like
absolutely
to just dust people at lights.
Absolutely. Yes.
Because people try to like cut her off in traffic.
Right.
And then
of course.
Just zooms around them.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Yeah. That is something that I can imagine is hard to give up.
Yeah.
Honestly, the thought that occurred to me is that, well, obviously several, but I felt like this is one of the latter Saabs, right? This is not the last Saab, but one of the more accessible ladder Saabs, right? Mm-hmm. That era, the 2008, 7, 8, 9.
Yeah, there were only 3 years after that.
Right, exactly.
In the U.S.
And there's a fair amount of the non-TurboX and stuff like that on Craigslist. You see a lot of these turnover used, right? You can get a 2008 wagon, just front-wheel drive only, V6 and turbo automatic for like $6,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, right? But then you add the TurboX and it's, a whole nother thing.
Mm-hmm.
But that said, I feel like if somebody didn't really know about Saab and you just said, oh, well, they're a company, like they have, a great heritage with turbocharged cars and safety, kind of balancing that with a sporty driving attitude, right? But like mismanagement and weird stuff happened and now they're out of business.
And a global financial crisis right at the wrong time.
Exactly. Yeah. And like they spent the day in your car, they would completely understand the demise of Saab.
Right. Okay. Do you think they would also understand the heritage of Saab? Or do you think that that's lost in there? In the like the sea of like good enough GM-ness? Like my favorite detail is the cup holder that you can't use at the same time as the auxiliary jack.
Yes. Yeah, because they spent like 7 years designing the cup holder and then GM was like AC Delco stereo.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is
or Bosch,
this crazy
whatever.
like cup holder thing where you push a button and it comes out and then swings apart and so the top swings up and the bottom swings down and it comes and it ends up being like the opposite direction that you think it's going to be.
Right.
And it's this like beautiful mechanical.
Yeah, it's a cool engineered thing.
And like a satisfying thing to use.
Yeah.
Like click, click.
Right.
And it actually functions pretty well.
Right.
And then, if you have the auxiliary jack in, which you have to have because to add Bluetooth to that fucking thing.
Yeah.
You can't use it.
The cup holder would hit it when it swung open.
Correct.
Yes. I don't think that the average person would get the heritage. I think this is one of those things where, like when you like, I feel like I grew up reading a lot of comic books, right? So like I know what to look for in some of the Marvel movies and stuff. I know why some people when they see those movies are like, oh, like so and so showed up, or whatever, right? I like it's not that I like really care. It's just that I know that I have that knowledge, right? And I feel like that it would take that kind of equivalent Saab knowledge to feel that heritage come out of the car.
Okay.
Right.
Well, I guess what I mean is like, if someone went into a coma, in right before GM bought,
right, they had like a classic 900, right, an SPG or something like that,
and then we had sort of like abbreviated Encino Man situation on our hands, where they were frozen, and then they thawed out. In 2018, and you had to tell them, first of all, that Saab was dead.
And we're sorry that Pauly Shore says weird stuff.
And we're having this conversation in the TurboX. Do you think they would recognize the TurboX as a Saab?
I don't think they would.
I don't think they would either. Aside from the ignition switch.
The key in the middle, and then I think like I think that they would see things like the cup holder, and like once they knew it was a Saab, then they would see, oh, okay, I can see how that kind of spirit is manifesting itself, right?
Yeah, I think the seats the cup holder, and then the gauge cluster.
Yeah, the night panel button.
And like so there's like little things, but they're kind of like they're the dustings, the trappings of heritage. They're not it's like calling an X6M an M car.
Right.
Like if you blindfolded someone and said this is an M car, they'd be like, well, no, it's not.
Right, exactly.
This is an SUV.
Right, exactly. And I don't think it's like an uncanny valley of Saabness. I don't think it's like they're trying to get too close to being Saab.
No,
right?
It's the opposite. It's not that. It's the weak T Saab.
There you go. Yep. Yeah, because I thought about the uncanny valley about it, and that didn't hit me.
It's too far away to be in the uncanny. It's weak T.
Yeah. You're right. Yeah. I like the idea of it, but man.
So everyone now accepting offers on my 2008 Saab TurboX Sport Combi.
A couple other things that I thought about it. I think that for something like the Turbo X, I think you have found yourself as an unwitting individual that is participating in what may ultimately be perceived as a futile gesture of Saab ownership when it comes to maintaining a Turbo X. Having one, I think, is one thing, right? But owning the Turbo X and trying to keep it as a daily, it's tough, man.
Yeah,
it's really tough, and I think it's borderline futile.
I think
financially it is for sure.
Well, yeah, that's for sure.
Right?
Yeah, that's definitely for sure. Yeah, the daily aspect of it is what is really, really difficult, and it makes me like I feel bad about. And we've talked about this before,
right?
But
right.
I feel bad about dailying it.
Yeah,
because there are people who legitimately like really love that car.
Right,
I think
absolutely, and
slightly misguided.
Yes.
And need to get out a little more, but I understand why they love that car.
Right, you can see that being somebody's idea of what the Viggen is to me.
Yes.
Right.
Yes, because I think it. I think there is an argument to be made that the Turbo X is the ultimate expression of what Saab could have been under GM.
Right.
More, versus the Viggen. I could see two people who were passionate having that argument.
Absolutely.
I don't think I'm the person to make that argument for the Turbo X, having, lived with it for so long.
Right. And keep in mind that I'm balancing all of this stuff over self-reflection of what it's like for me to own a Viggen that I currently can't get to pass emissions.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So there is certainly some pot, meat, kettle kind of stuff here.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
But given the Viggen, given its age, given that I'm not dailying it, right? Mm-hmm. That I'm not transporting, a spouse and two children in it, you know? Yeah. Then it takes a different light.
Yeah.
It does. Yeah. It does.
It certainly explains all the Cheerios on the floor.
Exactly. Yeah. So I I have to tell you, I was thinking about surprising you with and having your car professionally detailed.
I was thinking about just PayPaling you money and just saying, like, please go get it detailed.
But I was worried that you would feel bad if I had that done and then the kids messed it up.
I would just have felt bad that you had it done.
Yeah.
Full stop.
Yeah.
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 I already felt bad that you had to run errands in it.
It served me well, and I'm thankful for my time in it because I have a better understanding of the vehicle.
Yeah. How was we didn't really talk. So you said that you had told me before that the first thing you did after you dropped us off, you had to go to Longmont.
I did.
Which is what, an hour and a half from the airport?
Maybe about a solid 50 minutes. Yeah, 40, 50 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So highway cruising.
Yeah.
What did you think about it?
That's ideal state for that car.
Absolutely,
right?
It is.
So here's where my problem, where it really started to settle in. Mm-hmm. Right. I don't think that there's any point in that car where, when you're driving it, you feel like everything is going well. Right? Because with the all-wheel drive system, there is always a little bit of mechanical noise that never goes away.
Yeah.
With that Haldex system, you always hear gears turning, like something mechanical meshing. Mm-hmm. And it's not like like you hear belt whine on your serpentine belt. You hear exhaust. Like this is all stuff we're conditioned to, right? But there is just a mechanical tone that my ears picked up that like never goes away. It never goes away. It always sounds like it's doing something.
Yeah.
Right? And it's not like I expect the Saab TurboX to disappear into the background. Right? That's for my Infinity.
Yes.
Right? That is not for the Saab.
No, and I wouldn't want a car that does that. That's not me.
Right. Exactly. And that's fine. But I think that it was presenting itself like I was seeing elements that I didn't want to see. I'd be okay with exhaust. I'd be okay with some wind noise. But there was something mechanical that just never went away, and I didn't like it. It always sounded like it was grappling for something mechanically. You could always hear like something at work.
Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, the quantity of fucking error messages you have to dismiss while you drive that car.
All right. So one of them is
No. Let's start from the top. When I get in the car,
I was going to explain the first one. The first one is the last time I took the car to Discount Tire a couple of months ago.
Okay.
They broke a
tire pressure sensor.
A tire pressure sensor.
And
I haven't gotten it repaired.
Okay. All right.
And so it gives you an error to tell you that
the tire pressure is critically low.
No, it says or like tire
warning
pressure,
in tire pressure system, or something.
Tire pressure system error. Or something.
Oh yeah, it's good. It sounds like the whole thing is wrong.
Right, but it's just that one tire. It really is. And then the morning you drove it was a cold morning, and if you are, I'm serious, like half a PSI off of the recommended, it throws errors.
I know those GM sensors are really notorious. I once
and it doesn't give you tire pressures in the thing.
Right. Yeah.
But the other thing is that oh shit, what was I going to say?
Well, so to the tire pressure real quick. Yeah. So one time I was driving down my street in my neighborhood and I saw somebody that lived on my block at the time pumping up the tire of their car with the old school foot pump.
Oh, fuck that.
Right? And I was like, oh, dude, like I have an air compressor. Do you just want to wheel that down to my house? We can get that done in like a minute. He was like, no, man. These like it was a Chevy Malibu. He was like, on this car, these tire pressure sensors, if it's like half a pound off, it throws a warning. So
it's totally true.
He was doing that for precision.
Yeah. I mean, I believe it. It's a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
It really is. Because like, obviously in Colorado, we get massive temperature swings.
Yeah.
And so it's always a guessing game. So the one helpful thing is, and you have to like, this is one of those things that like you live with it and it's a different warning. It gives you a different warning. I swear to God. If it's one of those situations where it's like 1 PSI off, it gives you a different warning if it's like really off. So like we did have a flat tire maybe a year ago. And it was a totally different warning.
Okay. All right. So so the enemy is nearby if you hear the klaxon go boo beep, boo beep. But they've made it into the fortress if you hear beep boop, beep boop.
Yeah. Yes. That's basically it. That's exactly it. Yes. Correct.
Oh man, that fucking car.
Yeah.
Also, when I had the error messages and I was reading them to you, you said press the OK button, and I'm looking on the steering wheel, and I'm like, there's no OK button on here. And then you said, oh, that's just what I press when I hit the.
That's what I say to myself when it's actually a button that says set.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Is that what that callus is on your thumb?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God, Ian. Jesus Christ.
I have to plug my laptop in.
Okay. So I think
it's fine. It's fine.
I think that covers the car, but I want to ask you a question and I need an honest answer here.
Okay.
I need a for real honest answer.
Are you okay?
No, well, there's that. I mean, you're sitting in a blanket fort with me, so we all know the answer. So I don't know how much of this you want to disclose, but do you have a good idea of how much that car costs you on a month-by-month or yearly basis?
It's a matter of...
I would say like within $100, could you give me figures? I'm not asking for those figures.
No, because I have gone so far as to prepare to do that. Bring up the calculator.
Right.
Bring my service records out. And then put them all away. Because I don't want to know.
Okay. All right. So a little bit of ostrich syndrome.
Definitely. Because I'm at a place now with it where like there's always something enough wrong with it that I don't feel like I can sell it.
Right.
And
make some money.
Or any money.
Right.
And like there's also like a little bit of guilt because if I'm selling, I don't want to sell it to an enthusiast, you know,
because you see. So this is, you've done this before. All right. Ian, I have told you how to get out of this situation before. This is when you had the guy come over to your house to do the tuck pointing, and you were showing him the repair that you tried to do. Yes. Why would you own up to that? You're the homeowner. Yeah. It was there when you bought the house, Ian.
I know.
There's not documented pictures of the car before and after. The car
what is this? What is this?
You don't have to account for why the car is in the situation it is. Just be honest about the actual situation that the car is in. Yeah. Nobody needs exposition. Nobody needs to know why.
But they'll know.
Who cares? Who cares? You telling them versus them just figuring it is a whole different thing, Ian.
I suppose.
That's a difference of a fair amount of money.
Yeah.
Ian.
Yeah. I know.
Ian.
It's fine.
I mean, it's not like you're going to deny that there's a knob missing on the air vent.
Well, no. It's not a knob. There's just a cover of the knob. Just a cover of the knob.
Right.
It's the moose glue.
Wait, you're going away from me. Your presence is diminishing.
I'm fine.
For real. Like, am I making you uncomfortable talking about this?
Well, I don't know. Maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I just don't know what I'm going to do about it. So,
right.
I do have some anxiety about it.
Right. And rightly so, because the car is awesome on paper. You shouldn't feel bad for buying it.
Right.
You know? You shouldn't.
Yeah. I feel like I've hung on to it too long now.
Okay.
Like I should have gotten rid of it after a year.
I feel like that's a valid thought.
Right.
Yeah. But then again, like it's always that but what else could I get that does the same thing?
Right.
Otherwise you never would have ended up in this car.
Yes. Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Ian, I don't want you to feel bad about the purchasing decision.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm not trying to like say you made a bad choice.
Oh yeah, no, I think I would probably end up doing it again. Doing it again.
Right.
The purchasing of it.
Right.
I feel like I've had opportunities to get out of it, and I haven't taken them because I have some sort of like nagging nostalgia about it or whatever.
Okay.
And it's just hard. It's a hard car to escape.
It is. Yeah. Yeah.
It's the tar pit of cars.
I can understand
and I'm
why.
going to go extinct in it.
Right. Because if this if this had a badge from a brand that we didn't care about, if it was truly badged a Chevrolet, right? There would be a little bit of a different spin to whether or not you'd want to hang on to it.
Yeah, that's an interesting thought experiment. Like if it was badged a Buick.
Yeah.
Because that's the closest, really.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Right?
Would I have the same hesitation to get rid of it?
That's a good
question.
This is the song on the album that like from a band you love that you usually skip but every now and then you play?
I think it's the opposite. I think it's the song on the album that's just good enough to keep you from throwing out a CD you don't like.
There you go. There you go. Yeah. Yeah.
Like I never listen to but it's got that single.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. Yeah.
Moving on.
Well, no, because we're not. So obviously the like I'm thankful that I have settled on the Saab fun car, reliable daily driver car. Right?
Right.
Do you think you'll ever get to that point? Like, do you think you would have your R32 and say, like, I honestly think you need to buy a 2012 Mazda 5?
Well, so my problem is that I do want something 4-wheel drive for the family because we do go up to the mountains a lot.
You don't need 4-wheel drive.
I would like to have that.
You need a set of studded tires for winter, and you're golden.
I do not want to have a set of studded tires.
Would you rather maintain an all-wheel drive system? Ian,
a not Haldex all-wheel drive system, yes, I would.
My Infinity got over Vale Pass when chain laws were in effect on a set of studded tires.
I know.
That car's ridiculous in the snow.
Well, yes, but
You gotta let go of this all-wheel drive thing. You have to.
But I would not be driving it all the time. It would be Jenny driving it.
Yeah.
She's never driven on studded tires or even winter tires before.
That's fine.
All right. Well, can we discuss that later? It's like an interrogation light that just showed up.
I don't know.
When did the blanket fort move to Gitmo?
What else do you want to talk about, Ian?
Well, you have something about Rock Auto on here.
Yeah, I do. So
that was a long time we spent on that.
It was. So I found a portion of so we buy parts on Rock Auto.
Correct.
Right?
Usually incorrect ones.
Yeah. And now that I have a Vigan, yes.
Yeah.
But so Rock Auto is fantastic. They send you magnets for your parts, well-priced parts, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so on here, you can compare the repairability index, the score that they've made for parts costs between two cars.
What? To bring up the TurboX. Let's do it.
That's what I'm doing. Okay, so here we got Saab.
Uh-huh.
Okay. All right, so 2008.
Uh-huh.
Okay. 9.3.
Uh-huh.
The 2.8 liter V6 turbocharged. They don't break it down specifically to the TurboX.
Okay.
Okay, so there's car one. What do you want to compare it to?
I want to do an Audi S4 wagon.
An Audi S4. What year?
2000. Do like an 04. Or 4 or 5.
Okay.
V8.
Okay. S4.
Mm-hmm.
4.2 liter V8.
Yeah. Because that was that was what was in contention. That's what I was kind of benchmarking.
Okay.
With the TurboX.
All right. So then once you have this, right, you hit this button down here that says View Part Cost Comparison.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So you managed. All right. So it marks the highest one, I think, with 100. Maybe. I could be wrong.
Okay.
So here it categorizes.
For anyone listening to this and not watching, the Saab is more expensive than the S4.
Yeah, it is. With the V8 that's in backwards that requires a $10,000 labor bill to change timing chain guides.
And but this is to be fair, this is just parts.
This is just parts.
So so that you take that into account, and that probably closes the gap. But still,
right. Look at the electrical switch and relay. The parts are cheap. Right? So, I lost 3 hours on this website, right?
Okay, now let's do the R32 versus the Vigan.
Okay, all right, okay, yeah. So VW, VW as Puda says.
Yeah.
All right. Volkswagen, 2004. Golf.
Yep.
3.2 liter V6.
Yep.
All right. So now we go to a 1999.
No, you're.
Oh, I'm still an Audi.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So let's go to Saab. All right. Do you think I haven't run this already, Ian?
Am I going to be surprised by this?
2.3 liter turbocharged. View parts cost comparison. My Vigan's cheaper than your Saab.
Why is exhaust
than your R32?
Oh, why is exhaust and emissions so much more expensive on my car?
How many O2 sensors do you have?
3.
And how much are they a piece?
They're expensive.
There you go. This is parts price costs.
Your engine is more expensive than mine.
Well, yeah.
And so are your electrics, which is surprising.
Well, yeah.
Although maybe they just knew they needed to make them in bulk for my car.
No, it was the same thing for your TurboX. The electrics were more expensive than the VW, even though you would probably have to replace the electrics on the Audi more.
Right.
Right? Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. So for anybody who is bored, spend your day on rockauto.com/repair-index. Let us know, like, tweet us some screenshots of like crazy cars because we would love to see them.
The sound that you'll be hearing after this is over is me comparing my TurboX to every car and realizing what a terrible mistake I've made.
Yeah. We're going to do one more.
Okay. Is there one that you have teed up?
We're going to pick your TurboX again.
Okay, do it over here because you already have Saab ready.
Okay. All right. Okay, efficiency. That's the name of the TeamClearCoat game.
Right.
Okay, the V6 turbocharged.
Okay.
All right, so we're going Mazda.
Oh, God.
2012. 5. 2.5 liter. Inline 4. Almost half. I mean, not really. Like 100 to 150.
Well, yeah, it says 1.48 times.
Yeah.
It's almost 50% more.
Yeah, look at the top line when you do this. Yeah, it gives you a nice percentage. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, Ian.
Okay. I do not want a Mazda 5 with a 2.5 naturally aspirated 2.5 liter.
That would be the easiest car to live with in the universe in this city.
It would be so slow in the mountains. It'd be so slow.
How do you drive in the mountains every single day?
We drive in the mountains pretty much every weekend.
Yeah, but still, it wouldn't be that bad. I drove that normally aspirated Veloster up the mountains, 1.6 liter, and it was great.
And that's hauling one person, two people,
luggage,
and a tiny car.
Luggage. Okay.
Luggage.
All right. Do you want to do curb weight of a Veloster versus curb weight of a Mazda 5? Because the Mazda 5 is about 3,200 to 3,400 pounds.
Okay. This is now TeamClearCoat.
Argues.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, right. And my 200-pound ass was in it. Okay.
So 3,000 pounds.
Right. Yeah. So the Veloster has it's about anywhere from 200 to 400 pounds lighter than the Mazda 5.
Well, but you didn't look up the Mazda 5.
I know the Mazda 5 curb weight. It's 3,200 to 3,400 pounds.
Well, that's a really weird thing to walk around in your head.
Ian, I prepped for the show.
Oh, right. Oh, right.
Jesus.
Right.
I just don't wake up.
What is that you did?
I just don't wake up in the blanket fort.
Like some people.
Yeah. Well, I also don't have, 2 children. So, yeah.
Okay.
It's not going to be insufferable in the mountains.
1.48 times.
Yeah.
My God.
Sliding doors, Ian.
Yeah.
On a and it doesn't sit up that high.
Yeah.
And I think it looks good.
My uncle had one.
Okay.
And I actually did like that car. Jenny does not like it. But
does she like the TurboX?
She loves the TurboX.
Not when it comes to money and maintenance and reliability.
Well, money doesn't really enter the equation. But yes.
Look at that. That's a good-looking car.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
I agree with you.
Dude, those sliding doors would be so... And it seats 6.
Yeah.
6, Ian.
Right. For the children that we are not going to have in addition to the 2 that we have.
Sometimes Mr. Dave's going to come along.
That's true.
Sometimes Katie and Lauren are going to come along.
That's true. You're right.
Right.
But if I was listening to what was correct and whatever, I wouldn't have ended up with that car in the first place.
Right. But this is sometimes you got to write a bad song before you write a good one. Right? Sometimes you got to get it out of your system. You got to go on your Rumspringa. With a Saab.
Okay.
Right?
And so this is my Rumspringa.
Yeah.
Okay.
This has gone on a little too long.
And now I got to come back and grow that fucking beard back.
Just think about the quantity.
Amish jokes, everyone.
The quantity of money that you could redirect to the Volkswagen or to another car.
Yeah.
It would be even more fun.
Yeah.
Should you make this compromise on the Saab end?
Yeah.
you could, just for starters, within a year, 2 years, easily give your VW the paint job it deserves.
There's that.
Right?
Yeah. No, yeah, you're not wrong.
And that would change your attitude about how you see it every day.
That's true. That's
right?
True. Yeah.
Yeah. This is pragmatic shit, son.
I know. I didn't realize this episode was going to be an intervention.
Yeah, it is. It unintentionally is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not like I'm asking you to buy a CX-5.
Yeah, that's true.
I wonder how much those Mazda 7s are going for. I always like those. 4-cylinder turbo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Yep.
Mm.
But they sit up too high, I think.
I agree.
For you.
Yes.
Yeah. Anyway.
Anyway.
We've talked about this for a long time.
We
Jesus, how long
really
is this
have.
show?
We're going to have to cut some stuff.
I was joking before the show that I was going to park 55 minutes for sob stuff. We're at 55 minutes now. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that went on way too long.
Wow.
All right.
I am so sorry, everyone.
Let's move it on.
I hope this was interesting to somebody. Okay.
I'm going to check the chat to see if people are like irritated.
No. Before you get to that.
Okay.
We got to talk about doing a virtual track day.
Okay.
Because we want to do more of those. We did a virtual track day. It's on our YouTube channel.
Yes.
Tonight we're going to make a custom thumbnail so it actually stands out to people.
Okay.
Right? So you and I drove some pretend cars. We had a great time.
We did have a great time.
Right? And we're going to do more of those as time permits.
Yes.
Right? So, we'll tweet out a link when we live stream virtual track day.
Mm-hmm.
I was looking up a way to set up a private server for Assetto Corsa.
Oh, sweet.
And it's possible, so we can start looking at stuff like that.
Okay, yeah, and let us know if you would rather
So I had
just like yell at us over chat while we drive. Or like you could just like ask us questions as we drive.
Right.
Or we could do like you said and have like an open lapping day in Assetto Corsa together.
Yeah.
And we could each like build our own cars or whatever. It'd be fun.
We could also take the hotline off of Do Not Disturb and somebody could call in and talk to us.
Oh, yeah.
We could actually answer if they wanted.
We could do that.
Yeah. Yeah. Stuff like that.
Yeah. We could actually... There's really nothing stopping us from taking calls during live shows, to be honest, now that I'm thinking about it, right?
Right, but I don't want to do that.
Yeah, that seems really disruptive. Ike.
But I have Assetto Corsa, Project Cars 1 and 2, and and I think you and I should do some stuff like where we play European Truck Simulator and like drive big rig trucks and stuff like that. Yeah, so I would like to do stuff like that as well.
Okay.
Yeah, but during our virtual track day, our buddy Drew, hilarious buddy Drew, dropped us a line on the chat and was talking to us. And he sent us an email, and we just wanted to tell you, Drew, that we're thinking about you. We're pulling for you, and we hope things are going well. You've been in our thoughts, buddy.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so we're thinking about you, Drew.
Well said, Dave.
Yeah, so... so let's do you want to do a little bit of listener stuff and then maybe you do an FMK Cars to take us out?
Sure.
Okay. All right, so we have a little bit of listener stuff. So this is stuff that I have some my eyes, and then Peter sent us something he saw.
Okay.
Okay? All right, we'll start with Peter's stuff because it's you'll see why. Okay, so Peter was driving his awesome Volkswagen C30, but he saw... Volvo C30, and he saw this. All right, let's get that out of the way. Okay, all right, so what do you see here?
Oh, yeah.
You see a Saab 97X driving into fog.
Yeah.
Right? On I-70, probably.
It looks off.
Right, it does, Ian, because...
That's not a 97X, is
it? That's from the back. Here's from the front. Let me drop it. Can I drop it there? It's a Chevy Trailblazer, which is the same thing as the Saab 97X, but they had a Saab 97X tailgate on a Chevy Trailblazer or the other way around. A Trailblazer front end on a 97X.
I think because I think the bumper design is different.
I think you're right. I don't think the Saab...
The taillights are definitely different.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing what happened was something broke.
Right.
And they got the only rear tailgate. They got the cheapest rear tailgate they could find,
which was one off of
junkyard,
97X,
and it was off the 97X.
Yep. I bet some guy at the parts yard was like, "Hey, I know we don't have any Trailblazers, but go to import lane 30. You can pull one off of this Saab. Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Right? Yeah, thank you, Peter, for sending that in.
Or somebody is slowly rebadging their Chevy to be a...
That would be the slowest and worst car stanza of all time.
It would be.
Yeah.
Oh, man, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
Well spotted.
Right? Yeah, I love that.
I'm impressed you even noticed it.
Yeah. Well, it's Peter.
Yeah.
Yeah. He hit it with that Mainer vision.
Yeah.
All right. So here's something I saw. Okay, so I saw a BMW 5 Series.
Yeah.
Temp tags. The exposure's all off because my intern took this when it was dark outside. It was tough to get.
Intern.
Yeah.
Need some lighting training.
So, okay. So first of all, we have a missing gas cap on the BMW 5 Series. Temp tags. And then down here by the exhaust, it had a little thing. You can't read it in the picture, but I caught what it said. It said Prius repellent. And it had an arrow pointing down.
Oh, my God.
Right? So, like, did this person lose the gas cap and put the sticker on and, like, all after they bought it? Or did they pick it up like this with the Prius repellent sticker on it? This is that mod thing that we've talked about. The previous person's mods that you've inherited.
Yeah.
Mods. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Prius repellent. Exhaust is Prius repellent.
Especially on a 5 Series.
Right? I can see it on like a bro truck or a coal roller.
Right, yeah.
Right? Yeah.
It's really silly.
Right?
And the blacked out taillights, which is the dumbest mod.
I love that. Yeah.
The dumbest mod.
Yeah. Personalized license plate I saw that I thought was kind of funny was this electrical contractor.
Wire nut.
Yeah. That's good.
That is good. That is good. I like it.
And then lastly, I saw this and I put this on Instagram. I have no clue what this means. So if anybody knows what this means, please tell me. It's a Toyota pickup truck, like a late 80s, early 90s Toyota.
It's a Ute.
Ute.
Ute, like like UTE, like in Australia, that's what they call small pickups. They call them Utes.
Yeah, but they spell it UTE.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yoti.
I don't know.
Yeah. Right?
Is it a sports ball thing?
I
assumed it was Ute, like a play on Ute.
And remember when people would always take the TO and the YA off of the back of the Toyota and it would just say yo in the middle?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So I don't know what you're doing.
I don't know what it is either.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is either.
So there we go. So there's my eyes.
If you know, tell us in the chat if you're listening live and we'll figure that out.
Ian's going to give me an FMK card, then we'll pop in there.
I am going to give you, I'm trying to decide which one I want to do. I want to do a fun one with a twist. So
okay.
We've been bumping this one for like the last several episodes. So now we're going to do it.
Okay.
Okay. Suzuki Jimny. It's what everyone wants. Sunday NPR style word games inspired by the Suzuki Jimny's weird name. Okay, so you'll kind of get the the Jimny. Obviously, there's one letter in there that seems a little off.
Right.
And so there's going to be a twist with this that also has something off. All right.
Okay,
So the first one is the 4th generation Jimny.
Okay. All right. Do you have an approximate year?
I don't, because I wrote this a very long time ago and I've forgotten.
Okay.
So I think just look up
Jimny. Yeah.
Right. So maybe just look up the Jimny on the Wikipedia, and then you can just scroll to the different generations.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. There you go.
Yeah. Suzuki.
Oh,
Jimny.
Here we go. Jimny 4th generation. There it is. All right.
Oh yeah, the new one.
Yep. Okay. All right. Okay.
All right. You live in New Pork City. See, one letter changed. See, you see what I'm doing? And you must eat pork as part of your meal twice a day.
Oh, twice a day. Okay.
Yeah.
The
2 times a day, porking.
The other white meat coming at
New
me.
Pork City.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Okay.
The next one is the 1st generation Jimny.
Oh, okay. All right.
You live in Sortland. And you obsessively arrange everything you see by color.
Okay. All right. Sortland. Okay. All right.
There you go.
Okay. All right. 1st gen. That's cute.
It is. It's adorable.
Yeah. Look at those. Those are fender mirrors.
Yes.
All other fender mirrors fall short of being fender mirrors compared to those. Look at that.
It's fantastic. I love everything about that.
Yeah. Look at that. It's on 5 spokes.
And also, like, you think the scale is the size of like a Willys Jeep, which is already pretty small. But then you look at the person sitting in the driver's seat.
Yeah, and how hunched over they are.
And like you realize, oh, that's a tiny, tiny car.
Yes.
All right.
Okay.
So the last one.
So I live in Sortland.
Yes, Sortland.
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
There's the new one, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
All right, and so the next one, the last one, is the 3rd generation Jimny.
Okay.
You live in Denter. And every time you park your car, it is dented by someone.
Oh, okay. Oh, man, that would
That's
hurt.
the 2nd generation. There it is.
Yeah, there's the 3rd.
With the little hood scoop.
Oh, man.
It's got the little hood scoop.
Oh, I live in Denter. Oh, man, that's such an awesome little car. I wouldn't want to see it get dented up.
Yeah. Because, every time it did, it would go, ow, ow.
Yeah. Oh, man, that's such an awesome little car.
That hood scoop just kills me.
Yeah.
I love it.
Right?
I love it so much.
Okay, I think, so what was the 4th gen one again? I live in...
New Pork City.
Okay.
And you're eating pork at least twice a day. Minimum.
That's a lot of meat. Okay. All right. So I will kill the pork Jimny.
Okay.
Okay, the 4th generation. All right. I will F the 1st generation Jimny, and I will obsessively sort things by color, which is kind of already like that's not much of a stretch for me.
But you're not like going to the bookstore and rearranging everything.
Right. No, I'm not. But I can see it's like, oh, well, I would put that there instead. But I can walk away from it.
Right.
Right. This I would
just shake your head and be like, what are they thinking?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But this, you would not be would not be allowed to do that.
So my buddy Jason, that's the packaging designer for Payless Shoes, like he went to, I can't remember, he went to like this like really high-end printing site one time and to meet with somebody about something special that they were doing. I can't remember. But in their waiting room, they had this puzzle where you had to organize all of these color tiles by hue and saturation. And he just like fucking did it. Like, just like, oh, well, this goes here. That's
hilarious.
Like, and then like they walked out and it's like, oh, okay, well.
No one's ever finished that before?
I don't.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. So yeah. And then I'm going to marry the Denter Jimny.
Okay.
If the hood scoop was on the side of the car and would get damaged, I would have killed it. What do you think you would do? Could you live with that little booger getting dented?
I would be upset by it. So I think I would drive that for a day.
Okay.
I think I would marry New Pork City because honestly, I'd be okay with that.
Yeah.
Because I mean, that's bacon in the morning and like a pork loin at night, or carnitas at night, and I'm cool with that.
A smoked short end.
Yeah. I'm good with yeah. I want all of that, burnt ends, all of it. And then I will crush the Sortland.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Even though I do love that. I think the 4th gen one is actually my least favorite looking of the 3.
Okay. Yeah. Right.
But yeah.
That Gen 3, it does not get better than that.
It's the peak. It's the hood scoop.
Peak Jimny.
Yeah.
All right, so let's pop in the chat and see what's going on.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Let's see here.
There's lots from Ike.
Yep. Ike had a GeoCities. All right. Let's see here. All right. Okay. It's just not the same listening if my car's not under. Oh, if I'm not under my car. Yeah. This is a good show to repair your own car to. Please, I do put a rotary in your Fiero. But actually don't. No, just get the Fiero running, buddy. If y'all were a coffee, what coffee would you be? Ian would be, I don't know. Like, is there like a gray parrot blend?
It would be like I think I'd be like if I was gonna be a coffee drink. I think I'd be just like a shot in the dark.
Okay, yeah.
Whereas you would be like a foamy cappuccino.
You think so?
Yeah, because it's a lot of height.
I think I would be a coffee drink that somebody either loves or hates. Like, I'm either your speed or I am not.
No, I don't think that's the case.
Yeah?
No.
No?
No. An eager to please coffee blend.
Okay.
Is what I would say. A nice light roast.
Okay. All right.
I think I would go with that.
Okay. Our buddy Lewis in Miami. Yeah, he owns a 2015 GTI Autobahn. Oh man. Oh, it's been hit twice where he's parked. Oh man, buddy.
25 to 30K to spend. What cars could I possibly get around this range? Need fun sometimes, and a family friendly. Also, manual is a big plus.
Focus ST.
Yeah. You could do that.
Yeah, and Ike says Fiesta ST. Yeah.
The Stinger GT, I think, is too expensive.
Yeah.
But it is a good option, and you can't get a stick.
Right.
But in a couple of years when they come down in price, that would be a good option.
Yeah.
Another option could possibly be
your TurboX,
which I will sell to you for less than 20K. No, you're almost in Chevy SS territory.
Yeah.
Chevy SS territory.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which would be
yeah,
pretty baller.
Pontiac GTO.
Weirdly, those are really expensive.
Yeah, they're holding their value.
Or not the GTO, you mean, but the G8. Right?
No, I was talking about the GTO.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
He's family friendly.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So you want
4 doors, probably.
4 doors, probably, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's tough, especially if you're saying not mechanically inclined.
Yeah. Oh, no. But
wrong.
yeah, Ike has another great point. The Hyundai Genesis, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are fantastic. Yeah. I would definitely do a Hyundai Genesis myself.
Yeah. Challenger RT. That's another good option.
Yeah. Needs a 4-door.
Ike is better at this than we are.
Yeah. Pardon me. Focus ST. Yeah. Yeah. Right on.
And yes, the repairability index is going to change my life / crash my productivity at work in the next couple of days.
Yeah. So did you ever find that website bandtoband.com?
No.
So I don't know if it's still out there. Let's see if it's still out there. You could put in a band and then another band, and it would do the Kevin Bacon 6 degrees of separation to show you, in Helmet, Chris Traynor was the guitarist on this album, and his band, Orange 9mm, had Chaka Malik, who was in the New York City hardcore band Burn, who had,
That's awesome.
Yeah, and so you could link like any 2 albums or bands, and it would show you the full thing.
That's really cool.
Yeah, I don't know if it's still out there to band, but like the day we found that at work, everyone's productivity just this is it. This is the exact site. Yeah, so create map. So yeah, give me a band.
Let's see. What's I don't know when this actually got
I think
updated.
Look, bands in tree 30,000. Yeah.
Do like the Chemical Brothers and do like Black Flag.
Okay. Black Flat. Okay. All right. Yeah, let's see here. See if it finds anything. It's thinking. Oh, they were unable to find
Is it
a
the
link.
Chemical Brothers?
Yeah. Band Black Flag. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We found okay, yeah. Yeah.
So try like Moby or something.
Yeah, there we go. Okay. Moby. All right. Yeah. Sure. Yeah, but this completely tanked our productivity at work one day. Yeah, so let's see here. We were unable to find a link between your search parameters.
Already stumped it.
Yeah.
Boom.
Slayer.
Boom.
Right?
Well, that's going to be pretty quick, guys. I feel like.
Unable to find maybe this hasn't been updated for a while. Yeah. But back in the day, yeah.
That's really funny.
Yeah. So
anyway,
any hoozle.
This has been
Oh, here we go. Here's a map.
Okay.
Yeah, Helmet to Black Flag. All right. Yeah, John Tempesta was in Motor Sister with Jim Wilson, who was in the Rollins Band with Henry Garfield, who was in Black Flag. I think the Rollins Band to Black Flag would be Henry Rollins.
Pretty simple, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
That's really fun,
Henry Garfield is Henry Rollins' real name.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's cool.
So
I'm going to spend a lot of time on that as well.
Yeah, sorry to drop 2 sites that are tanking your productivity.
I know. Yeah. I'm just going to make you like apologize, write an apologetic email to my boss.
Yeah.
So that was a show.
Yes, it was.
It was a much longer show than we thought it was going to be, I think, or just a different show than we thought it was going to be.
It was emotionally draining. for one of us. It's very cathartic for the other. I felt like I actually have a therapy appointment tomorrow morning. I'm going to walk into my therapist's office.
No need.
Just
turn around and walk out.
And I just put the copay on the table and leave. Oh, okay. So we did a thing.
Get the copay at this point.
We did a thing.
Uh-huh.
Watch our Subaru BRZ Just One Thing video.
Please do that.
Yeah.
Send it to people.
Yeah.
Share it.
Yeah.
Smash that share
Yeah.
thing.
Do that. Please annoy your friends with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it is annoying.
Yeah.
So
let's see here. TeamClearCoat.com. Send us FMK cars, teamclearcoat@gmail.com.
Yes.
Call the hotline 720-515-1391.
Yes.
If you see a Saab 97X on the back of a car and a Chevy Trailblazer on the front, give us a ring.
Yep.
Yeah.
Or have your intern take a picture
Yeah, there you go.
and send it to us, teamclearcoat@gmail.com.
Absolutely.
We're on the media social. And that's it.
I guess I always forget to get the outro theme ready, Ian.
Oh, okay. I'll stall.
Yeah.
So next week, I guess I'll just roast.
We love you, everybody.
We love you. Goodbye.